Hello everyone, welcome back to Prospect Channels TV. Thank you for always coming out here. May God bless you all. Nigerians, there is fire on the mountain. There is something that is going on right now that everybody should be worried, about. People, Nigerians should, start asking themselves questions. What is really going on? Talking about what the Northerners are doing and everything right now. Anyway, guys, let me not just talk too much. I will leave you to watch this video. Watch the video and understand that all is not well. I want you to watch this video to the end. Thank you.
There were stateless persons that were from the Sahel region that were imported into Nigeria, and a former chairman of PDP made that statement. I'm not the person that made it.
But that importation is a fact, is it?
That importation is a fact. What has happened in Nigeria is that most of the time when something comes up today, we never sit back and say, how did we get to this point? We got to this point by virtue of the fact of the effort to remove President Jonathan. There had always been this herder-farmer clash, but it never got to this point where whole communities were exterminated so that some people will be roaming freely within their land, which is what happens in Plateau and in Benue State.
I think Benue is the worst hit.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because most of the banks of the Benue is lush because it's watered by the Benue River. And so these people came and they want. And who are these people? And that's a question that we have not dealt with. The bill first said that we have to confine these people to the ranches within their states of origin. And somebody woke up and said, no, every Nigerian has a right to go around. There's no such thing like a state of origin. Why will anybody make that statement? Reason is that in trying to remove Jonathan, there were stateless persons that were from the Sahel region that were imported into Nigeria, and a former chairman of PDP made that statement. I'm not the person that made it.
But that importation is a fact, is it?
That importation is a fact. If you ask any Nigerian Fulani, he will tell you that there's something called the Bororo Fulani. And that Bororo Fulani are these imported ones. They don't own land. Therefore, what they want to do is to settle in Nigeria. They were given free passage, let me just say it, by the Buhari regime. And we were shouting at that time, don't bring people into Nigeria who are not Nigerians. They won't have sympathy. They won't know what has happened. All they want to do is displace you, take over your place, and roam freely within that place.
But there were cattle herders as well.
They were, but the Nigerian cattle herders were not carrying AK-47 rifles and other.
So these guys brought their guns
So
with
these guys
them.
brought their guns with them. First thing they did was to start to rustle the cattle belonging to Nigerians. And so a Nigerian herder who loses his cattle has nowhere else to go. He becomes part of them because he is given, okay, you either join us or you got nothing. And some of them, of course, joined. And so we have this complicated problem. And this complicated problem is what we want to solve by saying, can we confine you to a particular place? If you have, okay, what you want to do is to move your cattle from where there is grass to another place where there is grass, and you can roam around with them. And I also pointed out on the floor of the Senate that Governor Ganduji at a particular time said, my state, Kano, has more than enough land for all the headers in Nigeria to go around with it.
Sensitive topic, and I would like you to watch this video to the end. I think this game started too early. The game that happened in 2014-2015 has started again. Follow me up. From the end of 2013 to January 2015, something happened in Nigeria. Then we don't have voice, but we spoke, but people did not listen. When Buhari started importing people into Nigeria, at the end, everything we said was justified. When this terrorism started growing and everybody started saying it was Buhari that imported them to rig election. But the APC people who were protesting against Jonathan then, they did not even raise their voice to tell Buhari, this thing you people are doing is not good. But today, all of them are in the national television saying Buhari and APC imported Bororo Fundanese, they imported terrorists. I want to warn again, the game has started. Okay? Now, there is something that is happening in Nigeria. Large number of people are coming from Niger, from Chad, from neighboring countries into Nigeria. When I mean large number of people, forget any number you see on Nigerian media. Forget any number you are seeing on Nigerian media, okay? Large number of people are trooping in into Nigeria. At a time, there was a report that about 500 persons who were stranded in Niger entered into Nigeria, that they were stranded and government received them. Now today, as I am speaking to you, this is what is also happening. Another batch of 390 stranded Nigerians repatriated from Niger Republic received in Kano. Stay with me. If you have been to Niger Republic, I think I have been to Niger Republic 3 times now, okay? If you have been to Niger Republic through bike, we used to use bike to enter Niger Republic. Now, at the border of Niger Republic, I'm not talking about the tight road that just leads to that custom post. If you are using bike, that straight road. No, that is not the road I'm talking. There are so many roads that leads to Niger Republic. Now, if you are entering into Niger Republic, I'm looking for something to use to give you an example. Okay, let me just use this thing to give you an example. If this is a house, part of this house is in Nigeria, part of this house is in Niger Republic. That is how so many houses are. So there is no difference between Nigeria and Niger Republic. So for them to tell us that people who are stranded in Niger Republic were repatriated in Nigeria and Kano, it sounds so foolish. It sounds so foolish, and it seems they want to fool everyone. Because if you're in Niger Republic, you can literally trek and enter into Nigeria, eat your food, and go back if you have something doing there. There is not different. The same language, the same culture, the same house. Some of their houses, as I said, if you build like 3 apartments, 1 could be in Nigeria, 2 will be in Niger. Is there any border? Let anybody come and prove me that we have border between Nigeria and Niger. No border. So these people are one. So I was surprised when they told me that the Kano state government were receiving people who were stranded in Niger Republic. I'm talking about Niger Republic. Come on. That in Niger Republic are repatriating Nigerians. They should tell us what is going on now. They should tell us what is going on. You see, it is time that we begin to follow the secret trends going on in Nigeria. In 2013, ending to 2015, this was what was happening. They told all of their brothers from all around the whole world, especially in Sub-Saharan Africa, Buhari mandated them to come. And when he became president, he also gave visa free that led our border to it became porous then, of which it is up to now, for them to start trooping in into Nigeria. And all of their brothers came and joined them. Now, this year budget, Tinubu budgeted 1.1 billion that they will use to add for them to conduct a census. Remember that someone like Asari Dokubo and so many other people, they disagree with the number of people living in the north. Like in the voice of Asari Dokubo, he said, how can people living in desert be more than people living in a fertile land? But that is a video for another day. The number of people living in Nigeria is fraud. Totally fraud. So Tinubu is preparing for a census that people will use another method to count, unlike the method we have before, where people even count cows. They will count cattle to join the population of human beings. Tinubu is preparing for a census. But I am just telling you this information, not because I'm interested in everything they are doing in Nigeria, because as far as I'm concerned, I, Okocha Happy myself, I don't have faith in Nigeria again. I don't believe this country will ever work again. But I think it's my duty to always tell you what is going on. If you believe I don't have problem for you, if you disagree, I don't have problem for you. I have the right to say I don't believe in this country, and I don't believe this country could work again because of what I am seeing. It is just literally the reason why you could call any country a failed state. Everything is happening in Nigeria. So what are you trying to say? But coming straight to the article that was released today, it says that after repatriating 702 Nigerians stranded in Niger Republic, the Nigerian government has brought in another 390 Nigerian migrants. That is not true. From the report I got last week, apart from these 702 people, a lot of people are trooping in through the borders. These people are not Nigerians. These people are not Nigerians. Nigerians don't have any identity to trace their people. Nigeria is not just a country at all. They don't have identity to trace their people. They don't have, as they arrive, who are their families? Okay, let me give you another example. Have you seen the news that was trending? Nigerians should be able to think and stop looking at breast on social media and focus on what matters to your life. Hisbah police arrested almost 500 minors who are begging. Okay, they arrested them. I don't know what they said they did. Up to today, they don't see their parents. They don't have parents. How can 500 people live on earth without a parent or without parents? How possible that 500 people will live on earth? Who are their parents? Where do they come from? Stop importing people into this country. Anyway, what do I know, Seth? Now, it says the affected persons were stranded in Niamey, Niger Republic, until the intervention of the government. According to Nigerian government, the repatriation effort were facilitated via a multi-agency operation organized by the Nigerian mission in Niamey in collaboration with the International Organization for Immigration, IOM. The affected persons include 387 adult males, 2 adult females, and 1 infant boy. I challenge IOM. I know the organization very well. They are all over the world. I challenge them to prove to us that these people they brought back to Nigeria are Nigerians. I challenge them to give us the proof that they are Nigerians. What made them Nigerians? What? Are their parents Nigeria? Were they born and brought up in Nigeria? How do they go to that country? Where do they came from? From Chad? From, I don't know. It could be from any other Sahel country. There is something going on, I see, but a lot of people will not understand now. Because if something happens to you the first time, you don't need to wait till another thing will happen before you say, oh, inflation is already rising for the second time. What happened in 2013, 2014, 2015, I am aware. I followed everything that happened then. So there is nothing you can tell me again. Everything happening today has happened before. This is where we were when Buhari said if you didn't win an election, blood will flow everywhere. Is there anybody that arrested him? Nobody. Today now, let someone come out to say if I didn't win an election, blood will flow. The SS will be after you. Someone who from Boko Haram is still walking free. Up to today, he's still walking free. Nobody arrested him. So, seeing all these things, one should let you know that this is not a country. This country has been hijacked. This country has been given to people who feel that they own the country. For me, those people that they are bringing into Nigeria, I'm challenging both Nigeria immigration, everybody to give us the proof that these people are Nigerians. I disagree, and I have the right to disagree. So, I am just trying to let people know that this is what is going on, and there is an agenda behind all these things. You know that I'm no longer interested in Nigerian election. Next election is my right. I'm not going to vote. I am not going to vote. I'm not going to, because there is no lesson I haven't done. Right from the time I have not qualified to vote when I was 14, is it not 12? Even after my primary school, I used to follow my parents and siblings to go and vote. That time PDP is ruling. After the election, PDP will carry ballot box in the presence of everybody. They will be trumpeting for people. I knew we will have a problem in the future. And that is the problem we have up to today. So there is nothing you tell me. Everything we have now, both what APC is doing, APC and PDP are the same. And that is what they have been doing. Look at what happened in 2023 again. So there is nothing you tell me about Nigerian election that I don't know. So that is why I said, no need, I'm not voting in 2027. Okay? But what I'm saying is that there has been speculation and there has been a challenge before Tinubu that they are going to remove him from seat. How it will happen, nobody knows. These people have the capacity to bring up to 10 million people to register for voters card, and they can defeat anybody they want to defeat. What happened then is still going to happen today. Take it to the bank. Yes, take it to the bank. Jonathan was the first incumbent president and lost. But anyway, I think Jagaban feasts everybody in Nigeria. So let him deal with people he will deal with. Let him rescue people that he's going to rescue. But as far as I'm concerned, I have left. I don't leave this Nigeria for now. Now, the article continues that they arrive at the Nigeria Immigration Training School, Kano, at about 1:05 a.m. on Tuesday. While welcoming them in Kano, the Federal Commissioner of the National Commission for Refugee, Migrants, and Internally Displaced Persons, Tijani Ahmed, noted that the government plans to reintegrate them into various empowerment programs under the Renew Hope agenda of President Tinubu. Now, you want to reintegrate them. Have you been able to reintegrate people who are in the country? People that terrorists that you fail to tackle, and some people in government and sponsoring, the people that the terrorists have sent to refugee camp, have you reintegrated them? What have you done for them? I am just asking an honest question though. Now, the last article they says upon arrival, the returnee were registered and profiled by NCFRMI and Nigeria Immigration Service officials to ensure proper documentation and access to various government integration support program, the government noted. So when they came, immigration started, registering them, giving them identification. That is a proof that these people, they were not Nigerians. This is my opinion. Let me know what you think about this, but I am totally convinced that these people are not Nigerians, okay? Because of my past experiences and what has happened in Nigeria before. So this is not a new thing. If this is the first time happening, I could say, oh, this is the first time this thing is happening. No. So I am raising this and that these people that are coming into Nigeria, they are not. Unless IOM and Nigeria Immigration will be able to prove to me. I don't know about others because I don't think if the way I reason is the way everybody reason in this country will not be like this. Maybe everybody could have been resting in their ethnic region and have their own country. Okay? The way I reason is not the way you reason. But I feel and I believe that these people are not Nigerians. So I need proof for me to believe that what is happening today is not what happened in 2014. For those of you who do not understand when I mean importing people into Nigeria, listen to Senator Enyinaya Baribe.
In trying to remove